Well, good day everybody. Welcome to another video. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. So today's flight will take us from Miami in Florida in the United States of America to Key West, south of Florida. It's about a 1 hour flight or so, but it's going to be beautiful. Alright, thanks so much for joining in. So today we're going to fly the flight simulator Learjet 35 Alpha. We're going to be flying from well, what I said, from Miami International Airport to Key West, and we've actually loaded up some passengers in the plane for today. Let's have a look here. There's a couple of chicks there on the board, and there's 2 children are coming along as well. And so I guess we should just close the door and just get this thing going. We're using real world time and real world weather today. We're not expecting, we're not doing it on the line or anything. It's just us and it's just us and these little chickens. You know what I mean? So let's close the cabin door there. We're currently on GPU. You can see it outside. So it's powering up the aircraft, and it will be my second flight on the channel, flying this beauty. I have flown off the channel a little bit in it, but actually not all too much. So I'm still fairly new to it, but it's definitely a really cool aircraft to pick up. The link is in the description below. It's by the FlySimware developer team, and they actually make really cool aircraft, so go check it out if you're interested. Alright, so we started the stream with a little bit of live music for a change, and second up is a cigarette. Alright, so let's have a look what we're supposed to be doing. Basically, it's where I'm currently at. It is getting fairly late, and well, I do need to get up in the morning. But you know what I mean, you know. Feel like should be fun. Just do it a little spontaneously. You know what I mean. So well, here we are then, doing these things spontaneously. So we're just chilling, and we're gonna try to go from the A to the B. So with regards to starting this sucker up, they do have some checklists. You have the EFB here, a couple of pages. You can set some of these things up. Actually, have a look at the fuel. Fuel looks a little bit like the wing tanks, deep tanks. I guess that should probably okay. So I'm still not really sure about the center of gravity stuff. Still have not really dived into that. Hopefully it will all be okay. But I'm guessing it will be. These are the settings over the checklist. The checklist will be here. Alright, so the pre-flight checklist now. So I'm not really sure, but some of the wordings that they are using, engine removed, is probably engine cover removed, so all that stuff. Ground power unit as required, but we have it turned on. We could maybe, you know what, let's actually turn it off and let's just start on batteries. So the ground power unit. We'll find yep, the equipment, GPU. It can go off and we have a little piece of peace and quiet here. Alright, so if we go back to the checklist there. Baggage secured, sure. Cabin air damper as required. Emergency exit secured and clear. Passengers are briefed. Let's do that for a second here. People, we're going to fly. Alright. Passengers are now briefed. What else do we have? Controls, lock should be stored. Belts and harnesses and seats. Secured and adjusted. Parking brake set. Let's have a look at the parking brake. Where is the parking brake? Again, I believe it was, wasn't it like a button in this aircraft? Where's the parking brake? Parking brake, I believe that is set. Flight controls check. I'm just going to skip. I think everything will be working. I mean, we actually do have an angle. Oh, not really. Alright, should be okay. Alright, so next up will be a pre-start checklist. Excuse me. So there are some tests here, some things that you have to check. I believe not everything is fully functional yet. Passenger mask veil should be on auto. Can we? I do not believe we can move the tablet around. No, we can just click it away. Passenger mask. These are not. You cannot use these actually. We do have oxygen pressure, which is never a bad idea when you go to fly. Okay, so let's just carry on. I believe we can just skip a bunch of these here. Passenger oxygen, Eugen, it says Eugen, passenger Eugen valve. Here it says veil. Oxygen pressure, well, we checked it. Crew masks, check and select, sure. Circuit breakers are all in. Landing gear switch should be in the down position. I'm trusting that it is. Where was the landing gear? There you go. It's in the down position. Emergency batteries check and on. Get rid of the yoke. I like the little pens that they put in there. And actually it looks like heaven. I mean, how many, look at this, man. So many pens at your disposal, you know. Totally awesome. Hopefully they all work. So emergency battery standby goes to on. And I do believe that we're actually hearing some sound here. So something is happening for sure. Emergency panel switches and avionics off or set. The fuel computer on. Now this aircraft has a bunch of these things all over the place. I believe it was around here somewhere, the fuel computer. Activate and solid static force. I remember on the first video, I was also looking, struggling to find it quickly. And that's the thing, you know, sometimes you're just looking and looking and all of a sudden you're like, oh, Oh my god, there it is. See? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's been staring at us all the whole time, fuel computer, and they are actually both on. Alright, very good. Pitch trim to primary. I believe pitch trim will be right here. We can go secondary. We can go secondary off and primary, so it will be on primary. Okay, so up next, trim anti-skid on. The anti-skid also here. Where was the anti-skid? We see that somewhere else. Anti-skid is in the on position, it's right there. Jet pumps to on. Jet pumps, I'm not mistaken, it's these ones. So both left and the right go to the on position. Static source to both. And the static source, they can go left, both, or right, so we keep it on both. Emergency pressure, norm if installed, but it will sure bleed air on. Get rid of the yoke here as well. Climate, bleed supposed to be on. So you can have off, on, and emergency, so it is already in the on position there. So we carry on. Pallets altimeter. I've seen this the other time as well. Pallets altimeter to norm. I'm not really sure what they mean. If I'm not mistaken, this very much resembles a altimeter. But what they mean with norm, I'm not quite sure. Change the barometric pressure. You can put in an altitude that you want to fly to. This is the testing button. But I'm not really sure what they mean with norm. I guess we can just skip it. So the batteries check and on, so we can turn on the normal batteries now. Battery 1 and battery 2. You hear the aircraft actually starting to make some more noise. Which is always cool. GPU, if desired, we're not using the ground power unit. Inverters, check and on. So the inverters are right here. Right, so she's starting to sink a little bit to us. Emergency lights, you've installed system pressure, hydraulic pressure check, emergency air pressure check as well. You can find the hydraulic pressure here. It does not really look very pressurized to me. Let's get up close and personal. Excuse me. So it looks like we do not have hydraulic pressure at all. But that is probably, if I remember correctly, I'm not sure about the checklist here, it's probably me, you know. But I do remember something, it should not be on now, but is there a way that we can, I'm not really quite all that sure. Hydraulic pressure. Alright, so that works. Now what are they saying? Can we keep the pump on actually? Basically they're saying hydraulic pressure check and emergency air pressure check. So I would assume that we just check if there is hydraulic pressure and then we can confirm. My instinct would actually be to then turn it off. So we're just going to do that for now. Parking brake is set. Emergency brake handle. So we're just going to skip that. Hydraulic pump is in the off. Oh, like that. So basically, you put on the. Let's go back a step here. System pressure, hydraulic pressure check. So you basically turn on the hydraulic pump, and obviously, you will see hydraulic pressure move. And so anything actually we need to do while the hydraulic pump is on. Parking brake, basically it's already set. And the emergency, I think we can just skip it, man. Okay, so we'll just turn off the hydraulic pump there. Annunciator lights test. Do that a little bit here. All the bulbs that are in there appear to be working. So if there's anything wrong, at least we will be notified. Warning systems, ice detect lights, gear warning, test fire detect. We're going to skip these. Start one engine if GPO not utilized. Cabin altitude check. Stick puller. Not really sure if you can test the stick puller. Excuse me. Did not find it the previous time. Again, probably just me. We're going to do without. We can skip all these. Standby gyro, on cage, gyro erect. So on cage. I would hope. Not really sure. We'll have to check this later. Left and right bleed air switches on. I believe they were on. Cabin air off. Cabin air is in the off position, and the bleed left and right, they are on. Okay. Auto man switch as desired. Cabin controller. Cruise altitude. So what will actually be our altitude? Let's have a look quickly at the sim brief OFP. 22,000 feet. Could be a little. I want to say could be high, but it's actually this aircraft goes up really quickly. So 22,000 feet. So let's have a look at the pressurization system here. And again, let's just get up really close and personal like this. You can actually also, you know what, let's actually use the simulator properly and just use these camera switch buttons. So 22,000 feet should be, how the hell do we do this? Do we flip it all the way to the right and we follow the top one there? It's still a little bit confusing to me. But then again, you know, I'm not all that bright. I mean, this would take a really long time. All the way to 22. I wonder if it's even on there. But let's just discover. See what's going to happen. Should at some stage the outer ring there should stop. Does now look to be stopping at 10,000 feet. So there you go. Okay, so if we want to put it on 22,000 feet, I believe we can just basically put it to the left. Is there a quicker way? Turn the other direction. I cannot keep holding it. Okay, so I have to use my scroll. Or am I just impatient? We only get the clockwise arrow there on the mouse pointer. Do not appear to get the counterclockwise arrow, so just using the scroll mouse. I do like the little sound in the background of the aircraft, sort of sitting there whirring a little bit. So 24, so I don't know, here could be 22, I'm not really sure if we were going to be killing anyone here. So what else do we have? Cabin air off, automatic cabin control, rate selector as desired, cabin temperature controls. We're going to skip all of that. Trim systems, secondary pitch and cutout, primary pitch. We're going to skip all of these. Automatic monitor, no. Yaw dampers, check. Fuel panel, fuel counter, was it 0? Fuel quantities, check. The fuel we found right here. Well, if we check the total fuel, that should be plenty for our flight. I'm happy with that. Cross flow valve should be closed. That is closed. Transfer fuel should be off. Standby pumps check and off. Fuselage valve if installed. Fuel jettison off. DVR test. Drag should handle takeoff data. Compute and box set. I have no clue. We're just going to skip to the next page. Let's just want to get this sucker off the ground for now. Cabin door secured and light out. Fuel computers are on. Air conditioner is off. Auxiliary heat. Batteries are on. Inverters are on. Parking brake is set. Hydraulic pump is off. Beacon light. We turn on the beacon light. And if I'm not mistaken, it's all the way here to the right. Beacon light is on. Yeah. Thrust lever should be at the cutoff position. Confirm that, and they are. So engine start, ensure N1 rotation, start gen switch, battery start gen at idle, volt, spoiler rounds, flaps, right, hydraulic pressure check, return to complete. Okay, so I believe for starting the engine it's fairly simple, if I'm not mistaken. We go starting engine number 1. So at some stage when it reaches idle, if you can turn on the generator there, and the engine should keep on running. Does not look like it's keeping on running, so let's repeat this for a second here. It does not really specify any kind of numbers or anything. Jet pumps, they're on. Let's just try this again. so this is not really starting through. Could be maybe. There you go. We had some fuel and then it goes. So the turbine temperature starts sort of settling here. So does the RPM, so I think we should probably now be safe to go to the generator, and hopefully the engine will stay running, and it looks like it's still running. So that was engine number 1, so we repeat the process for engine number 2. Really cool sounds, these turbine engines, I must say. So this will also settle at around 55. So let's see, so after we did this, hydraulic pressure check. Still hydraulic pressure. Let's engage the flaps to the 8-degree position there for takeoff. Start of disengagement voltmeters and ammeters. I guess we can safely keep it like that. So this is the before taxi checklist. So the avionics should now be turned on. Avionics is avionics masters right here. So the avionics are now booting. Let's press the menu button, and we get this centered here a little bit better, maybe like this. So we import from SimBrief. So from Miami to Key West, we press OK, and it will then load up the flight plan for us. So far so good. Let's check the weather here at Miami. Waypoint information, weather data. We have 3003. There we go, 3003. We're at 0 feet. What else is there? Let's first fix the weird camera angle here. Radar on standby, that will be the weather radar, which probably does not operate just yet. But let's just turn it on anyway. Have some eye candy or something. Circuit breaker in, coffee / oven if installed, fuel control governor check, windshield heat. Just required, we can, I guess we can just leave it like that. Lights on is required, so we should definitely put on some anti-collision lights, see recurve lights, nav lights perhaps as well. Rope lights, let's wait with these until we're at the runway. Pushing the briefing, sure, no smoking, fasten seatbelt sign. Believe that was... There we go. We can release the parking brake. And then go to the taxi and before takeoff checklist. We'll wait a little bit. Let's have a look at our at the planned flights, so the flight plan. So we're taking off from runway 08 left here in Miami. We'll take a right turn to Polar. What is it? MAYNR 2 departure, and so on. We just follow the coast basically. And then we got a bit of sea there, and then we take a right turn at MAYNR, and we'll fly to Key West. Once we're airborne, we'll have a look at the approach at Key West. Let's actually not wait, let's check it out right now. So they do not have an ILS, so it will just be an RNAV approach for a 09er. So we'll see that once we get there. It's going to be exciting. And let's check our departure here, see if there's anything interesting. There's an altitude constraint of 520 feet. Basically just following just an RNAV departure. So I guess we're good. I think we should just get going. We're parked really close to the runway. Should be around there if I'm not mistaken. There's quite some wind. And I guess we could maybe use a little bit of a pushback. Let's just see here, taxi in before takeoff, so brakes and steering check, fuel panel check and balanced, thrust reverses check and stowed, flight controls check, flight instruments check, takeoff data we do not have, engine instruments, voltmeters, nav equipment set. Alright, so let's just jump to 22,000 feet. So this aircraft has an interesting autopilot. It's not quite the same as you find in the Airbus or the Boeing aircraft, but it does the job. It sort of requires a little more input, I guess, which is always fun and interesting, because you can mess things up. You know, I mean, you can mess things up in the Airbus as well, obviously. Okay, so I do want the steering lock disengaged. Python heat is probably not a bad idea. Windshield heat we do not need. Autopilot, we can turn it on. It's basically your arming it, but it's not really engaged until you press the as far as I know, until you press the engage button right there. We will be trying vertical speed. And navigation, lateral navigation probably is what it stands for. And the stall warning should be turned on as well. And then the takeoff trim. Can we get the bulb into the picture right there? And let's go. This does not take. Man, this is so tedious. Okay, so screw that. We're just going to use it like this. basically I'm just using a shortcut on the controller now. There you go. So we have a basic takeoff trim. Yes, we're almost good to go. Let's put this on 3003 as well. And here for the pilot monitoring, let's not forget him or her. I'm not showing. For now I guess we're good. Just double check here. Spoilers, flaps, trims, like pressurization, cabin air on. So cabin air is turned on. Alright, so let's do a sort of a pushback kind of thing. This is a bit of a weirdo pushback, but you know, whatever gets job done at this stage is fine for me. So as you might have noticed, there is no traffic at all. But it is probably a lot better for the frame rate. I do like the little shadow there. So the sun is about to set. That's pretty interesting. Today was the longest day here at the Northern Hemisphere. So I hope it was a good day for you. I'm not really sure how they want you to exit. Yeah. There you go. Let's just ignore that car there. Alright, so we're long up here at the 08 left runways. Let's hold short for a second. Okay. Maybe also set the transponder. Let's go for 3, 2, 1 something. There you go. And just go on. Then we enter it. There you go. Pack and brake set, transponder is engaged. Thrust reversers may now be armed. They are armed. Try to heat up. Light strobe recognition. Yeah, so we put on the strobe light now. We forgot to turn on the landing lights, sorry, the taxi lights. So we'll now switch straight to the landing lights. Stall warning check. Ignition off. Annunciator panel out. So all there is on the annunciator panel is actually the steer. Not really sure how it's going to work upon takeoff. Could maybe just try it, so let's keep it on when we're entering the runway, and let's turn it off and see if we're going to crash. Yes or no, if we're able to control the aircraft. I believe it's just nozzle steering, so it should probably work fine. We'll just be using the rudder here at the tail. Alright, so anything else we need to be checking? We have the lateral navigation armed. We have vertical pitch armed as well. And if we're forgetting anything, then we'll just have to make do. Quickly check here what I saw. Yeah, right, stall warning. I'm not sure what they mean in checking the stall warning. Oh, this is like the testing button. So you select and then you press. So left stall. There you go. And for the right stall warning. Okay, that appears to be working. A fire warning test. Is there no sound? Okay. Cabin altitude, check that. Alright, that's definitely drawing some attention. Mac. Some of these sounds are quite low. Now there is something you can do. You can simulate wearing headsets, but then what's going to happen to these low sounds? Actually, it's a little bit better. But for now, let's keep it noisy. There you go. And let's maybe also put the yoke back on the left side and on the right side as well. Alright, so we're in position, parking brake is set. So let's try now and disengage, or actually engage the steer lock. So or did we just re-engage it? Or actually disengage it? No, we should engage the steer lock, but how does this work? I'm not really sure. I'm actually just going to press it again. It's probably going to turn off once we start rolling then. I would assume. Alright, believe that should be everything. So parking brake released, and let's power this sucker up, man. So the airspeed's alive. Let's pull her back gently. And there she goes into the air. Gear up. And now let's see if we can engage the autopilot. 20 degrees nose up is quite aggressive. We'll just power her down a little bit. And let's just fly this bit manually. And let's engage the autopilot now. So the flaps can go up as well. there's the city of Miami, although it does look a little bit more like Fallout 76, if you ask me. With these kinds of textures. But there we are. So we're off to Key West. Now I want to keep on climbing. Oh, overspeed. And for the climbing, so far, looks like the yoke, the button here on the yoke works best. So we can definitely climb a little more aggressive. It appears to be very sensitive. Not really sure why. I think actually it might be design of the aircraft, because it has the T-tails wings there. But I'm not really sure. I'm not all that bright, as I said earlier. Okay, so we're climbing at around 1500 feet per minute. Our speed appears to be holding quite steady. It's dropping ever so slightly. And what is the system doing? We're still on lateral navigation. Vertical speed it appears to be ignoring. If we turn that on, will it just keep it at this current attitude? Because that is a bit that I'm not really quite sure about yet. We could try altitude select, and then it's armed. Okay, so once it reaches the set altitude of 22,000 feet, it should probably then just go to switch over to altitude hold. There's nothing captured. Vertical speed is on, and the IAS, I'm never really quite sure how to use that, or how to sort of explain that. I do not know enough about that. Our speed is dropping a little bit. So let's give her some more power here. And then something that I totally enjoy in this aircraft is the fact that you can close these shades. I would not understand why anybody would like to do that unless they're standing on the ground in rain and they just want to feel like, you know, like all covered up and everything. That's obviously that can be nice. Okay, speed sort of holding steady, 250 knots, and we are climbing through 7,600 feet or so, 7,800. Climbing at 1,500 feet per minute. We are still following lateral navigation and still vertical speed engaged, and we are about, let's see, what is this saying, 19.4. We're counting down to the next waypoint basically. So let's zoom out a little bit, have some situational awareness. So we're going to be climbing all the way through to 22,000 feet. Now, if you look at this, it's not going to be a very long flight, you know? At least it doesn't look like it, so I'm not really sure if we should actually be flying all the way to 22,000. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. We might burn a little bit more fuel, but, you know, Microsoft is paying for it. So, 22,000, so let's dial that a little bit down. And let's see if we can maybe settle at around, I don't know, 12,000 feet. Will be fine for me. Alright, so we have a new altitude for the cruising defined, 12,000 feet. The speed is picking up a little bit. we're passing 10,000 feet, so let's turn off the landing lights. And what is our pitch? Yeah, we can definitely disengage the no smoking and fasten seatbelt. We got a pretty moon there to the left of us. And some funny livery, Words Express. I have never heard of it. So speed is still steady, still climbing 1,500 feet, and we're almost at our altitude. So altitude select, it says armed. And there you go, captured, and then altitude hold. So now we'll be going a level flight, so we should definitely check that we're not going to be overspeeding the engines or the aircraft. So let's now settle at around 86 here on the N1, I guess. It's quite a quick aircraft, I must say it. I've noticed when climbing, it climbs fairly quickly. So what's happening here on MAYNR, GUCEL? So I think we should start preparing our descent. This will not be a very long flight at all. Like we do not have an arrival. Just check here. So we'll just go direct to runway 09 after GUCEL. Put our blip on the map here. Do not connect the simulator. Simulink needs to be running. Oh, it should be running. What's your problem, my friend? No, doesn't seem to be working at the moment. Oh, it's asking me to sign in again. Alright, sure. Well, let's quickly do that. Yes, let's try that again. There you go, there is our position, and looks like we're facing a different kind of direction. So let's see what's happening here. So don't know what caused all of a sudden that we're turning to different direction here. Lateral navigation is now switched to armed, so we will need to tell the aircraft where to go. Let's use the heading bug for that. And let's get her to start turning already, while we then continue to fine-tune where we actually should be going. So hopefully this is going to help us out. So we're making a right turn now. Hopefully we can get to MAYNR there, then to GUCEL. And let's check the approach chart for runway 9. Airport elevation 3 feet. Final approach course 093. Let's put that in. Somewhere around there. Navigation still armed. Let's help out the autopilot a little bit more. So we're 12.1 nautical miles. No, we're 20 nautical miles from MAYNR. And we're still on the armed mode. It does not appear to be capturing the GPS yet. Check, it is on GPS here, and also here on this button you can switch from GPS to VOR or to Warlock. Could maybe try, not really sure how this works, but what if we get to the intercept line? We just go the shortest route, which should be like this. Then as soon as we get close to the magenta line here, we'll just do a left turn onto MAYNR, and hopefully at a certain degree the nav mode should change from armed to captured, or actually to I think it's captured, or LNR, lateral navigation I would assume. Still holding at 12,000 feet, and so when will we start our descent? Let's wait a little bit. Do a left turn now. There you go, it's captured. So heading mode is switching off, so that's beautiful. I like it, thank you. Alright, so it looks like we're back onto the navigation here. Aircraft is definitely turning left. So around there somewhere is our destination. Let's get rid of this sucker. So the approach, let's see what it's doing here. Nine nautical miles from MAYNR. Please do not drift, thank you. And there you go, it is armed now, but it's no longer... that's a little bit, I don't know, wonky. You press the altitude button to sync it, no? So this is a little bit tedious. I'm probably doing something wrong, but it's a bit weird. We should be doing a right turn anyway. There you go, there is our lateral navigation. Looks to be back. Okay, so hopefully we can now trust the aircraft and go to the flight plan. So we load up the approach. Will be RNAV. We also have visual 09er. I don't know, let's try RNAV. I'm not really sure what it's going to do. Load approach, so it should enter into the flight plan here. We're on our way to GUCEL, 33.8 nautical miles. And if we zoom in, you know what, let's actually use the flight simulator map. It's a little bit clearer. If it's going to show actually. It does not appear to show the flight plan. Forget about that. Go back to the original plan. We zoom in. We just scroll a little bit. Go from GUCEL. I'm not really sure how this is going to work. We're basically coming from a totally different angle, right? At now, low speed. So I guess we should vector ourselves. But for now we'll fly via GUCEL, and then after GUCEL we can maybe fly a heading of 275 or something. Maybe we could put it heading in for now, 275, something around there. I like how the colors are changing in the sky. Look at that. Looks to be quite windy up here. Let's check the weather at our destination. Flight plan and Key West, waypoint info, weather data. So 3000, and we have wind from 090 at 11 knots and costing 18. That is quite windy. It's not all that bad, but it's definitely windy. So I guess we should start our descent. No, let's just start it now. Just taking it easy. So let's descend maybe to 4,000 feet. Okay, so 4,000 feet has been set right there. And vertical speed is armed. And then we're going to use the doing anything. It's a bit of a bitch to get the mouse look like the steering wheel. Okay, this is quite heavy. It's a bit of a challenge to get this right. Oh no, let's not go nose up, please. See, it's like super responsive, man. And before you know it, you're just clicking the red button there. Probably this is not the right way to do it. At least not in the simulator. Nose down a little bit, like 1,000 or so. It's settling now. Okay. Still following lateral navigation. That's good. It's not following vertical speed, but it is now. We're passing 10,000 feet almost, and the speed is obviously picking up. So we're just gonna go, basically, let's try engine idle. Let's see what it's going to do for us. Get rid of the yoke now for a bit. Turn on the landing lights. And the fasten seatbelt signs and the no smoking. So there we are, just gliding on down. We're now officially passing 10,000 feet, standing at 1,000 feet per minute. We got about 5 minutes to go until we reach 4,000 feet. I guess we could maybe go a little slower on the descent. I'm telling you, man, this iced tea is amazing. I mean, you could reach down here, use this little button, like nose down, nose up, but then, you know, you have no feel of what you're doing. So let's just not mess around with that too much. We do have some weather up ahead. I don't believe it will be showing on the weather radar, unfortunately. Nothing here but us chickens. That's a bit of a shame. But the weather radar not working is not to be blamed on the developers at all. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator. The vertical speed appears to disengage. Oh, what, are we near stall warning? What is this sound? Anyway, let's just disengage, let's engage vertical speed. Oh, this might be the gear warning. What do we want? 4,000, 7,000, yeah. Okay, so maybe a little bit of thrust there. Well, it looks like the aircraft was telling us, hey man, you're going a little bit slow. And even though we are in nose down position, you know, you do want to maintain a perfect balance between dropping out of the sky and you know, we're just moving forward in a straight line, you know. Want to keep a nice descent profile, preferably. Vertical speed still with us. Lateral navigation's also still with us. I'm happy about that. It is now taking us basically straight to the airport, so let's just now switch over to heading mode. This must be such a beautiful area, man. Light speed is still a little bit low. I guess it's fine. Now if we check the flight plan. So at some point we should just go to Atno and then just go direct. Can maybe put that in for now. Activate. So at least we have that bit set up. GPS is still on here, but we are following heading. So for now this is all good and under control. 5,800 feet. Our speed is definitely a little bit slow. But you know, that's what you get when you don't know what you're doing, or you're not all too familiar with the aircraft. For me this is a new aircraft. We do have visual on the runway there. This would be runway 27, unless it's actually, let's see, do not believe this is our airport yet. We have NOx there, and then US. It looks like this is NOx, and there's actually quite a number of airslips here. But we'll see this later on. For now, let's keep on descending. We're at 5,000 feet. There you go, there's the warning, 1,000 feet to go until we reach our demanded altitude. So for now what we're doing is basically just flying to a heading of 275 degrees or so, because at some stage we will tell the autopilot to start the approach to, oh, that's a bit too far, to Atnar, or I can't really read it, Atnan. I guess this is perfect what we're doing. Could actually even maybe go heading 270. So that's all still working. Thrust reversers are still armed. And altitude select, so let's do altitude hold now. So we're actually holding a little lower than planned, 3,500. Fairly low, but I do not mind. Look, we got some nice views here. So where is our airport exactly? It's to our left. Not really sure. Could be sort of, although it doesn't look like an airport per se. There you go, that should be it. Okay. So that's Key West. Check the colors, man. You have the moon there. It's just too nice. Okay, what's happening here? We're going too slow again. Let's keep it at around 85. See what that's going to do for us. So we keep on going for a little bit longer. So check the map here. Going to back to 275 or so. Maybe a little bit like this. Where is this going? Yeah, should be okay. So I didn't really have time yet to check the speeds, the operating speeds of this aircraft at all. As I said, I've been flying around in it a little bit, maybe I believe at least one successful takeoff and landing. The landing on the previous video was horrible. The landing that I did off this video was not very nice as well, but was definitely a lot better. So hopefully this one will be the best of the previous two landing attempts. Speed is picking up a little bit too much. 250, we should definitely not go past 250. Let's see if we can settle here around 80. And we can now actually start turning to the left, so let's go 180. Is it doing anything? No. There we go, 180. Let's arm the GPS there. And let's reduce our speed. I believe I can see the runway there on our left. So will it start rolling? It looks like... Let me just check here. Oh, let's just do this manually then. Alright, so this should take us to Busby, this heading. Speed is around 180, getting a little low. And we should also start considering a bit more of a descent. And I'm almost getting the feeling that we should probably just be out of manually flying the whole thing. Let's have a look. Busby, is there any kind of Busby? They would like it to be at 1500 feet. Okay. And Busby we are 4 nautical miles, so let's descend to 1500 feet right now. So 1500 feet put in there. Vertical speed output select. And see if we can just put the nose down. So I guess that will be our runway there. Okay, so it's now following the GPS again, but it is turning us to the left, which is not quite understandable. So we will disengage the autopilot. Sorry people, sorry there at the back. Okay, so now to find our airport. I think that's the one right there. So we quite overshot it there, trusting the GPS, or rather my abilities to use the GPS properly, I should probably say. We're definitely going fast. Let's see if we can improvise. I do not feel like going around. So this is definitely not a stable approach at all. But it is fun, I must say. Speed's getting low. Getting dangerously low. Oh, look at this, man. Oh, look at these lights, they're so weird. Oh my god. Alright, we'll just set the sucker down now. Okay, so that's new. We are below the runway lights. Did not expect that. But looks like we sort of made it in one piece. And I guess we can exit the runway here. Well, before we do so, we will have to disengage the steering lock. Since it's super dark here, I'm going to leave the landing lights on instead of the taxi lights. Yeah, so that was really weird, man. That really messes with your perception, you know, if you put the runway lights, like, I don't know, 200 feet above the elevation. The airport field elevation. I'm not really sure what we're doing here. Let's just stop right here. We sort of made it in one piece. The approach was super messy, but the landing itself wasn't all that bad. It was a bit far to the right. The spoiler is still armed, that's true. Let's just kill the engines. Right, so that's both the engines being killed. Turn off the cabin air. Flaps can go up. Generators can go off. Running lights, taxi lights can go off as well. People, please feel free to run away. Avionics, we do not need them anymore. The autopilot can be turned off as well. Oh, that's probably going to start up Navigraph again. Not really sure why it's always doing that. Yeah, just leave, okay. Really, autopilot can be turned off. Vital heat, we do not need those as well. Battery, let's keep those on for a little bit. Stall warning, we do not need. Anti-skid, well, sure. And I think interesting we can do the other buttons. The bleed air. Get rid of this yoke as well. Bleed air. Yeah, that's off. And then the lights. Lights, strobe lights, bigger lights, sure, let's just turn them all off. Look outside. So here we are then. So welcome to Key West, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your flight. I sure did, myself. And let's leave with a little bit of live music. for checking. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with everybody who's not asking for it. And if you like what I'm doing, then you can buy me a coffee. You know, if you ever run into me in the real world out there somewhere, but I am currently offline. And let's see what's going to happen. See if I like coffee or not. And yeah, you can also subscribe to Patreon. Unfortunately, not with my account because I don't have one. You can click the bell for notifications. You know, see when there is another video of me failing landing or approaches and trying out new aircraft without really checking it out first. And hey man, as long as we have fun, thank you very much for checking, and hopefully see you sometime soon. Everybody stay funky. See you at the next video. Bye bye.